right. So up in the top left, we have Modesty, aka Kukulza, which I am told by Tasteless, who's told by someone on the internet.
Someone on Twitter, a good person on Twitter,
said that this is the Mutalisk hero.
Yes, apparently.
It's a great idea then.
Yeah, I actually like this ID now more than Modesty, now that we know the origins. For those of you guys who are confused, if you go into the map editor, you can pick out normal units, but they also have a hero unit for each unit.
How many can you name? That's a great way to spend the early
just
game.
Kukulza and Mobo.
Mobo's the greatest.
Mobo, the scout hero.
Yes.
AKA G5.
So the Zergling is the devouring one. The Hydralisk, I believe, is Hunter-Killer.
Oh, what's the Scourge one called?
Oh, I have no idea on that one. But the Overlord is Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil, that's right.
Yeah. And then, obviously, the Terran ones are kind of dumb. It's like, it's like Edmund Duke and Raynor or something, right? Aren't those the hero ones for them?
No, I think there's other ones as well.
Oh, there's other ones as well? I don't know them. The Zerg ones are the interesting ones. Those are the ones that are bosses in stupid use map games I used to play.
yeah. I do like the idea of the hero Overlord. Did it have any different attributes, or was it just like higher in HP?
It had a ton of health. It had like
Did it have spells or
something.
anything?
No.
Longer vision?
You can't do that with the map editor. No.
You can't?
Spells on an Overlord? I don't think so.
I think you can, Artosis.
No, I don't think so.
I think you can,
I'm pretty sure I would have played a use map where Overlords had spells, and I never did, so.
But you can give any unit any spell in the map editor. Can't
Really?
you? I
in StarCraft
so.
1?
I think there's a way to, yeah.
When's the last time you were in the map editor?
Yesterday.
There's no way for me to prove you wrong,
but
I know
you feel stupid now, Artosis.
Wow, I've never been so lied to.
If I'm not sure I'm going to win the argument, I'll go straight to the lie, man. I play dirty.
My God.
So it's going to be Command Center first. Now, this, of course, is risky, in case you're wondering, but why not take a risk if you're up 2-0?
Yeah, and it's a fully wallable map with a Ling-Tight wall. So the odds of a Zergling rush are so much lower. So if you're going to wall, you may as well do this.
And so...
Yeah, and it's going to work out without any problem. Like, this is going to give Mind a nice advantage.
Modesty's going to be very sad about this.
Yeah.
Because you see this, and it's already too late. They've pulled the caper off.
His third glaive is going to be just a single tier.
Yes. The Overlord is his scouts, and a single tier comes down. He knows his
all
boy
the way down
Modesty.
his tentacle.
Yes.
Life finds a way, stuff like that. So a good scout here, just kind of seeing the timing of the layer overall. He's going to know exactly what he needs to get his turrets done. It's one of the most important things.
And so, Terran, I believe and please correct me if I'm wrong, because again, this is the matchup that I think I'm the most out of my depth on for both races, basically. But you can mech or go bio from here, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You can absolutely go into a Goliath build here, or you can go up into bio right away.
Is there one that you would prefer?
I think based on the timing of that layer, I really wouldn't mind seeing him go into a Goliath build. I think it would be a nice play here. You're going to protect your depots at the front a little bit better as well. I guess we'll see in a second if he throws down that factory or not.
And so, as we were mentioning earlier, guys, inevitably, the Zerg needs to take a third. Now, in the last game, we should note that the Zerg expanded to 12 o'clock, which is actually not a secure location at all in a standard TVZ. But in this game, I think we can't have that same kind of play. I think it's going to have to be an expansion to the up right or the bottom left. Now, the idea is that you get 2 to 3 lurkers on the ramp, and a bio army can't push that. Marines are so brittle that 2 lurker shots connecting with them will kill everything before heal can even do anything.
Yeah.
And so that means any location where you just have 1 ramp access into the expansion, you can secure with 2 lurkers and manage the game. But we saw in the other game, he expanded just to an open area where Marines can hit from multiple sides. That being said, he never went into lurker defense. Instead, he went full-on Muta in a smothering play that did not work.
Yeah. I don't think he'll do that same thing here.
I agree.
I would really like to see him take his third base relatively soon here and, transition out, whether that's into lurkers, maybe he tries one of these Ultralisk builds that are somewhat popular at the moment. But Mind over on the other side, he's adding the second rack, so he's going straight into his regular bio play.
So we've got more and more mutas coming out now. As you can see, this syncs up very perfectly. Both Terran and Zerg have really mapped this build out down to a T. So the turrets have to be sprinkled on the defense in a very specific way. You have to make sure that the mutas can't come in and start to snowball and do damage. Historically, we had a lot of Terrans actually just die to the muta rush.
Yeah.
There was a whole period in the game when players actually figured out muta micro perfectly, that you would just watch a Terran slowly get chipped away at until eventually they had to fall over.
Yeah, it's, you know, obviously micro, like the Marine micro lags behind what the Mutalisk micro is because it's reactive micro.
Yeah.
You have to micro based on what your opponent is microing. So it's like they got to get good at that, and then you start to get good, and then they get counter, and then you get a counter. Nowadays, it's quite figured out, so you normally don't see people die to Mutalisks. Straight up, it can occur, though. If you overextend at all or your turrets are late at all, those are definitely ways that you can just fall over and die.
Okay, so these mutas are actually now in the back here, but the Marines are spread out enough. It looks like you can just pick them off one by one. One muta does go down. Really nicely done here by Modesty. He came in there, did a lot of damage. These mutas are going to regroup with the new mutas that have hatched out here. And we might need to see a few more turrets go down here, but the army movement here from Mind is actually quite good. He's really getting out in front before these mutas can do too much damage.
He doesn't want to let him back there.
Oh, man. Actually, this is going to be bad for Modesty now. I didn't think he was going to loop all the way around. I thought he might try to come in there and pop off a few more shots. But now these mutas can't get out without taking even more damage. And it's down to, what, 6 mutas? I'm so surprised more have not been killed off. Okay, now down to 5.
Definitely a little bit painful right there. You know, Modesty just continually is making Mutalisks right now. He has killed a lot of SCVs, so that is something, but Mind's job is very simple here. Produce Marines, SCVs, and turrets.
Yeah. Yeah, the Marines, they go down, but you just continue to make them, right? It's not like if you lose a science vessel, there's no key unit that gets picked off that's a big deal. It's more just one trade, well, I guess on both sides, each player trying to out-trade each other, so to speak. There truly is an art to when you dive in and what you're going to target. For instance, that last attack we saw in there didn't actually benefit Modesty at all. He just damaged a turret, and then that got repaired. But a play like that where he assassinates one SCV is good, but he did lose a Mutalisk in the process.
Yeah, it's quite painful. And you're right as well. Like, you're supposed to kind of randomize where you're flying in a little bit. You don't want it to be completely predictable, because then they can just kind of mirror what you're going to do. We don't see Modesty getting that much damage anymore. The times he went behind the mineral lines, he definitely picked off a decent amount of Marines. But this is looking good for Mind right now, I would say.
Okay. The expansion's being taken. It's not in the upper right or the bottom left. It's actually at 12 o'clock this time. So that is a pushable location.
Yeah, I think that that expansion, I think, points towards no switch into lurkers or anything like that. It's more likely to stay pure muta or maybe go into Guardian.
Oh my god, 2 snipes on these mutas is huge.
Yeah.
And more Marines coming in now.
Adding the more medics as well. Just really good micro from Mind.
Another muta bites the dust here. Mind is playing so well. So much better, actually, than I've seen in the past. What do you think about Modesty once again going for mass mutas this time?
Like, he loves Mutalisk plays, so I don't mind it, but I want to see him have a transition, you know, not just mutas, because while you'll beat a certain amount of Terrans like this, I don't feel like Mind is one of them. Like, he knows enough not to overcommit out on the map. He makes enough turrets because he's consistently teching up towards what he needs.
You know, this is one of those play styles where everybody's experienced it, but the way to beat it is to simply outlast it. If you can outlast it, then you're going to be fine. Now here we have, again, he's going to come in here. Now this I don't think is a wise decision.
It's an interesting one. Slows the starport a bit, kills 3-4 SCVs.
I'm actually shocked there's not just 1 or 2 more turrets in the main that would force the mutas to actually have to give up a position here, you know? 1 or 2 turrets just tucked into the upper right would have stopped these mutas. If the mutas loop through again, then they're going to eat so much damage. It's terrible.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, I mean, he's picked off that turret at the depots. He hasn't even been able to pick off those depots as of yet. Obviously, his gas supply is very, very nice right now. So maybe, you know, he can rebuild this flock and get that damage done. But I don't see him gaining any ground is the problem.
Okay, again, Modesty comes forward now with more and more. Now, let's go back to that last game. What did we see there? We saw what looked to be Guardian Tech inbound, but the Terran did get the Science Vessel out, got an Irradiate, and eventually with 1-1 upgrades managed to push through before the Guardians could even be a factor. Are we going to have the same thing this time around?
Well, this is actually quite a bit quicker, this Queen's Nest. I feel like it's about 2 minutes quicker even. I didn't really try to memorize that last game, but it's reasonably quicker, and we see the science facilities only on the way right now. So,
and it also seems like Mind is getting the science facility at the same time as he did the last game. It's like Zerg's playing an altered version of
yes,
Terran is actually basically just doing the same thing as the last game, except Terran had a slightly better opening.
Yeah, I think you're basically right on that. And we see that Modesty also got his +1 carapace as opposed to attack, which I think really, really, really helps. The attack is good for harassment, but if you have to actually fight Marines, that armor is so important.
Okay, I'm actually surprised that Zerg's actually holding his ground as much as he is back there, but we saw a few more mutas picked off. And is Zerg going to try to dive into the main?
Yeah, I think he's trying to possibly intercept anything like a vessel that comes out. If he could do something like that, this game would get within his reach, I think. But there's so many turrets for Mind. He's looking very strong right now. That Hive should be finishing up pretty soon.
And so he's going to try to come out now once more. It's hard to morph the Guardians without tipping your hand here, because if the mutas are here, then they're not morphing, right? Mm-hmm. So the moment that you see the mutas disappear and they're off the map, then you know something's happening, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
And that something is Guardians. So let's see how he handles it this time around.
Okay, he does have that vessel out. We'll have an Irradiate very, very soon here.
Greater Spire's done, right? It has to be.
No, it's actually not done. Like, the Hive is done, but we haven't actually gotten a shot of the Greater Spire starting, and even if it started, it shouldn't be quite done yet, but getting close.
Okay. Yeah, good call there. But again, the push is coming out. Terran is free on the map. A vessel's here as well. And right now, Modesty is just hemorrhaging so many Mutalisks.
Yeah.
Am I correct in that there's something like 6 or 8 mutas in this game right now?
Well, right there, but he should have a lot at home.
He should have.
On 3 gases, you can make 9 mutas a minute. So he could have quite a few, but you've got to bank some up too.
GG.
Okay, yeah.
Tap out.
Very similar to game number 1. Very, very similar.
Well, I'll guarantee you guys something. The rest of our series are going to be better than that game.
Yeah.